Pop quiz. Which of Tommy's friends was present in the Rugrats pilot? The correct answer is Phil and Lil. They were the only babies present in the pilot alongside Tommy. Number 2. What is Dill Pickles' full name? The correct answer is Dylan Prescott Pickles. Depending on how much you know about the Rugrats, you may or may not have known the answer to these questions, but if you had to name a holiday special, that would be pretty easy. Go ahead, give it a shot. Rugrats has some great Christmas and winter holiday specials, from the Santa Experience to a Rugrats Chanukah. In this video, I'll be ranking these episodes. There are 5 winter holiday specials, and I'll be starting with the bottom of the list, number 5. Number 5 goes to Babies in Toyland. This 1-hour special premiered December 21st, 2002, in the 9th and final season of Rugrats. And this means we have a host of brand new characters that were not present in the first Christmas special, such as Kimmy and her mom Kira, Dill, and Lulu, Grandpa's wife. The majority of this episode takes place in Christmasland, a Christmas park designed by Stu. In true Stu fashion, something malfunctions, leaving the adults trapped because the snow command control overloads and causes a blizzard that blocks the door to leave the cottage. Lou is supposed to be watching the kids, and you guessed it. Angelica tells the babies that if Dill doesn't get any Christmas gifts, he won't be able to celebrate Christmas ever again. The babies go off to look for Santa to ensure Dill gets gifts, not wanting him to suffer that terrible fate, and Angelica goes off to look for Santa to get a gift for herself. The babies get into a host of shenanigans, and that's one of the reasons this episode is rated so low, is that it felt unnecessarily long. 1-hour specials for Rugrats were rare, so you would expect something pretty crazy to happen. It's pretty normal for the babies to get loose and cause havoc, as well as Angelica being bratty, so this episode at times felt drawn out. Despite its drawbacks, this episode wasn't horrible, of course. The Christmasland concept was nice, and there were nice moments sprinkled here and there, and we got to see Betty braid Charlotte's hair and Harold lose it.
Let me out of here! Get a grip, Howard!
Next up is number 4, and the number 4 spot goes to Rugrats Kwanzaa. This episode, we see a focus on the Carmichaels. Susie's great Aunt T comes to visit, and she wants to celebrate Kwanzaa. Aunt T teaches the family a little bit more about Kwanzaa, and she decides to have the Karamu, the holiday feast, early to celebrate.
Hey, where are you going? The first day of Kwanzaa is about unity. We're supposed to be together.
She assigns roles to the siblings, but doesn't give Susie a job. Susie starts to feel bad as she is not helping, and she also doesn't have any awards like her siblings. She starts a quest to find what makes her great. Aunt T then begins to tell the family stories about people in her scrapbook, and even tells a story about Martin Luther King Jr., and assures Susie she will find her thing, and even if she doesn't get trophies or awards, that doesn't measure her greatness. This episode was fun, and we did get to learn a little bit on how Kwanzaa is celebrated and Aunt T celebrating their heritage. However, I felt the focus on Susie not feeling like she had anything great overshadowed the holiday celebration, and I think it would have been really nice seeing them actually celebrate all of the days of Kwanzaa. I don't know if any of you have seen the Proud Family Kwanzaa episode, but I thought that one was really well done in comparison. But nonetheless, this episode was special as not many cartoons show Kwanzaa being celebrated. Next up is number 3, and this may come as a surprise, but it goes to the Rugrats Reboot special, Traditions. The thing that I enjoyed the most about this episode was that it did a good job in showcasing 3 different holidays. If you remember anything about the original series, is that Dee Dee was very nervous on ensuring she made the right decisions in regard to her kids, and in this series she is no different. In this particular episode, she is worried about making sure Tommy's first Christmas is special, even though they have a lot going on. The first night of Hanukkah falls on Christmas Eve, and her parents, Boris and Minka, are there to celebrate. But she also wants to honor Stu's Christmas traditions as well as celebrate Las Posadas with Betty. Betty gets the honor to place the baby in the manger for Las Posadas, but Angelica tricks the babies into taking it. Betty and the other adults freak out looking for it, but Tommy and Angelica end up placing the baby in the manger right in time, and the family ends up having a great holiday with all the different traditions, as Boris is able to light the menorah, and Stu was able to put up the Christmas tree. Once again, I just like how they balance all 3 traditions in this episode nicely. Next up is number 2, and that goes to Rugrats Chanukah. This episode premiered on December 4th, 1996. Mika and Boris, Dee Dee's parents, have a big role in this episode, and we see Boris up against an old rival over a play at the synagogue. But what really made this episode shine is the fact that it was highly informative, especially for a lot of kids that didn't know much about Hanukkah. We get to learn about the menorah as well as latkes. We also see a reenactment by the babies as they are told the story of Hanukkah. In true Angelica fashion, there is a plot concerning Angelica that has nothing to do with anyone but her selfish wants, and that is to find a TV to watch the Cynthia Christmas special. This episode was groundbreaking because Christmas dominated holiday specials, but this was the first time a children's cartoon focused on Hanukkah. I enjoyed this one because we got to look at a different tradition, but this episode is also very entertaining between the babies trying to find the meaning of Hanukkah and Angelica trying to find the TV. And overall, it has a nice holiday feel. Before we move on to the next episode, if you're interested in more cartoon content, subscribe to the channel and feel free to share your rankings of the Rugrats Christmas specials in the comments down below. The number 1 spot goes to the first Rugrats Christmas special, Rugrats Santa Experience, that premiered on Sunday, December 6, 1992. Although there was nothing particularly grand about this episode, its simplicity worked well. The name of the special was going to be just Christmas, but it was changed to Santa Experience, and I think that summed up this episode quite well. There was a lot of Santa, which is why I think I was hooked on this episode as a kid. There are sort of 2 different plots going on throughout the episode. One is that Chucky is afraid of Santa, so Chucky and Tommy plan to set traps to catch him. The second is that Angelica is freaked out that Santa will bring her coal for throwing Tommy's ball, breaking a lamp, tricking the babies, being mean, eating too many sweets, tearing out Cynthia's hair, impersonating her mom, running away from home. The list goes on. The real reason she is freaked out is that she tricked Phil and Lil. She gets Lil to give up her coloring book to get a Reptar space helmet for Phil, and Phil to give up his Reptar to get crayons for Lil. This story is essentially the gift of the Magi, as neither Phil or Lil will have use of their gifts as they gave up the essential part to Angelica. The family is at a cabin for the holidays, so it's really nice and cozy, and there is a magical Christmas ending when Drew finds out that the hired Santa didn't show up, so the man who showed up must have been the real Santa. And that's all for the rankings. There was an all-grown-up Christmas special, The Finster Who Stole Christmas, but I didn't include it in this video since it was Rugrats All Grown Up. There was also another episode with sort of a Christmas theme, Let It Snow, but it wasn't a special, just an 11-minute segment where the babies think it's Christmas since Grandpa wants to take his Christmas pictures early in August. It's crazy to see the longevity of the Rugrats through its holiday specials. The first Christmas special aired back in 1992 when the series was still being released on orange VHS tapes, and a lot of the shows we have come to know and love had yet to air. Now in 2021, the Rugrats Tradition special aired on a streaming service, and Nickelodeon has all sorts of things airing. And I think also, what is more amazing is that Angelica managed to cause trouble throughout almost all the specials. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.